long time, but I want to share with you the new M1000RR now that it has its amazing carbon fiber belly pan, yeah, but the carbon fiber subframe that's been custom painted by my good buddy King David, installed by Zach the Master Mechanic, supplied by Miami Manny at Moto Million, and we also have the awesome Louis Moto custom seat cover installed on this magnificent BMW M1000RR machine. Hey there, only one X-Ram. What's up, buddy? Hey, I like these live streams. I get to see all of my good buddies. Hey, Easy, Big Easy. What's up, buddy? Hey, I want to introduce you guys to Big Easy. He's a fantastic guy, really great spirit, super huge guy, really swole like I used to be when I was younger, and an excellent motorcycle rider. Really showed himself to me this past weekend in Nashville. I had no idea that Easy was such a great rider. In my video coming up on Saturday, he actually scared me, surprised me by coming by me on a sweeper corner at over 140 mile an hour, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. But it's an epic video when it comes to the channel. And Easy has his own YouTube channel and a brand new Hockenheim Silver S1000RR that he purchased from my good friends at BMW Motorcycles of Southeast Michigan. My good buddy Charlie owns that shop. The same young, kind, handsome fellow that owns Ducati Detroit has a BMW dealership now too. And I intend to have meetups there in the near future to meet up with all my cool fans and followers and friends from the Michigan area. But back to the nature of this live stream, and I hope the quality is good, because I have my Eero Wi-Fi thingy out here in the garage, and I do have a 1 gigabyte fiber connection to the house, so hopefully the quality is acceptable at the very least, if not HD, which I'm hopeful for. But hey, gotta hit up Ducati Detroit. They have a few bikes to mention. Yeah, they have great inventories. Yes, love your videos from Somerville, Georgia. That sounds like a nice place to live. I live in a town called Somerville, where the weather is always nice. So that's no, unlike filthy Cleveland, where we just had our first taste of snow, as you can see, and it's in the 30 degrees here today, and so there won't be any riding of these bikes, at least in these parts, for a little while. Cape Town, South Africa. Wow, very beautiful. That's one of the places I want to visit before I perish, is South Africa. But with these conditions, they're more friendly for the R1250 GS Adventure. Gino Flory, thank you for the $2. Thank you. It's awesome. The R1250 GS Adventure is the bike that I will be seen riding this time of year. I was just on it a couple days ago. I had to run some cash over to King David's house for him painting this beautiful carbon fiber subframe. As you can see, the bottom there is $10. Thank you, Ollie. That is so awesome. Greetings from flooded Seattle. I'm sorry to hear about the floods out there, man. Jeez, how the hell did that happen? We're not going to get into all that. That's a whole nother story of global warming and climate change and all that stuff. We won't talk about that here, but I wish you the best out there in Seattle, man. Let's take a look at the subframe that King David painted. This is a beautiful addition to my already outstanding M1000RR. I am so pleased with this motorcycle and the way that it's turned out throughout this year. It's been a great year for the M1000. When I took it down to Miami, and Miami Manny and my good buddy Michael Knight installed a whole host of parts onto this machine. They spent hours of their own time, installing parts on this bike, and when they were done, it was just amazing. We made a video from Miami. Moto Million has a video on their YouTube channel of this bike. I mean, there's videos everywhere, but the bike just keeps getting more and more outstanding every time. So now we have the Louis Moto seat cover, that we have the Moto Million on there. We also have Moto Million stickers on our full 6 carbon fiber belly pan, which I always thought was a very nice touch that we added to the motorcycle. And Samco hoses, lots and lots of parts. We've talked about the parts a lot. Hey Ebe, when are you coming to Virginia? I'm your fan since 2013. I'd like to do that. I was in Virginia visiting my good buddy Moto Rich. It was a quick visit over the summer. It was really hot. But I do plan on returning. But I have to be honest with you, your VA state troopers really scare me, should I say? Or at least I have to be aware that they exist for sure. A lot of places we go, the law enforcement's not a big deal, but VA state troopers, they are notorious. And so their legendary status is keeping me out of the state. So, but eventually I'll definitely go out there. But next to it, we have the V4R. Now, the significance of both these bikes next to each other is they both have full carbon fiber subframes that have been custom painted. This custom paint work was done by Ducati Detroit and their painter a couple years ago. And of course, this subframe was painted by the one and only Cleveland's finest, King David, who you can always, send your paintwork to. We're even making arrangements for you to get your bike painted from him as well. We're going to do something cool, whereas you can have your bike shipped to King David, he'll paint it, and then perhaps I will deliver it to you so that you can meet me and ride with me and stuff, and then see your bike after it's been custom painted. If you're interested in doing that, please email me for now, 650eb001@gmail.com. And eventually, the VA state troopers will chase you until you crash or they run out of gas. Okay. And that's why I won't be in Virginia anytime soon. It was funny, in one of my Nashville videos, one of the locals, Jason, was doing a wheelie right next to a state trooper, and it was a female trooper, and she just looked over at him, shook her head, and just kept going. Like, I don't have time for this. Okay, guys, cut it out. And she just kept going. And I didn't put that in the video because I didn't want, law enforcement to get all messed up. But yeah. Have you decided on the spec for my Z06, Brandon? Yes, I have. I was so fascinated by the yellow Z06s that have been in the promotional videos, that the one that Jay Leno got to drive. Salute and hats off to Jay Leno. You guys remember I did a video with him a couple years ago with my good buddy Jim Caviezel. Jay is a stand-up guy, and I'm so happy that Chevy chose him as the first social media person to drive the Z06. But he was driving a yellow one, and I love that spec, so I'm going to go with yellow with black stripe, suede interior with yellow stitching, yellow seatbelts, yellow calipers, carbon fiber wheels, and I think it's going to be outstanding. It's going to look very much like the one that Jay was driving, but just with the black stripe. I think it's going to be fantastic. Ollie, $10, thank you. Which one of your favorite sports bike besides the R1250 GS Adventure? Well, hats off to you for knowing that the R1250 GS Adventure was my overall favorite motorcycle. You can call me an old filthy scumbag geezer if you want, but this bike is so amazing, and until you actually swing your legs over this thing and ride it, you won't fully understand. But my favorite sport bike out of all of them is this amazing BMW HP4. This bike has been bulletproof, 22,000 miles on it. Only had one issue, and it was an issue covered under warranty with the DDC suspension. This was the first generation for dynamic damping control suspensions that BMW was using on their sport bikes. So yeah, it had an issue back in 2013, but it was quickly resolved and replaced under warranty, and the bike hasn't given me a single issue since. I'm actually going to start taking this bike out to my meetups and stuff so people can see it and so that I can ride it. But it has auto blipper, an Alpha Racing part, and so it's very modern. It has all the modern creature comforts, heated grips and stuff, and it just has a special feel to it. It's an analog feel. This bike was not ride-by-wire, so it still gives you that sensation of when you actually twist the throttle back, you get the immediate feedback. There is no computer that's a go-between your wrist and the machine, like there are on these modern bikes that have ride-by-wire. So it's a totally different riding experience. It has LED headlight bulbs in it and stuff. So I love this bike. So that's it. R1250 for the overall, and then for the sport bikes is the GS. I'm really loving these big bikes since I'm a big dude. The Busa, I'm loving it with its heated grips. You may have seen my video on that recently. This thing now has heated grips. You press that button there and they will fire up. And that's outstanding. Can't wait till I hook up with Uncle Brock to get more parts installed on this beast. Brock just released a beautiful seat for this bike that's supposedly more comfortable, Brock and Corbin. So that's going to be awesome to get that and the rest of the parts installed. The ZX10 really surprised me. As you'll see in my video, Spoiler alert, in my video for this Saturday, you're going to see this ZX-10R defeat my M1000. True enough, I had a 195-pound rider on the bike, and I was on my M, so there is a 35-pound difference. But in a couple races, this Z really surprised me, and it beat my M1000. Now, the Z does have OZ Racing wheels by Moto Million, which were significantly lighter than the stock Filth cast wheels. And it does have the most modern ECU flash from Bren Tuning, which I think made the world of difference in improving this bike's overall performance. The heated grips probably added about 10 horsepower to it as well, because I put heated grips on this bike also. As you can see, I'm in love with my heated grips. So, yeah, it is cold out there. Really, yep. So, but back to what I wanted to talk to you about this, and I'm gonna continue to monitor your messages and respond to some of your messages as I see them fly through. But the M1000RR has shaped up very nicely. I want you guys to also recognize that my good buddy 5 Up Motorcycles will be back on the scene producing quality videos in 4K using a GoPro Hero 10 real soon. I can assure you of that. He gave me his word as an Irishman that he will be back making videos. He just took possession of a Ducati Panigale. I don't know if they call it Panigale, but it's a Ducati Superleggera V4. So it is the granddaddy of the Panigale V4R. They share the same engine, but that's about it. He's got all sorts of trick parts on it that came with the bike. Yes, you can hear the bikes. Give me 1 second. I will. Yes, I'm coming to Texas for MotoGP, April 8th through the 10th. I will be there for MotoGP. I'm going to have some mini announcements about that. I'm going to have mini meetups and stuff, so stay tuned for that. We are finally making a comeback to MotoGP. Hopefully 5 Up Motorcycles will be there. Chris Progno and lots of other of my friends will be there as well. And even people that dislike me will be there also. So it'll be great. I'm going to start the bikes up here in a second. So, but yeah, check out the 5 Up Motorcycle channel. You'll see his Superleggera V4 real soon. But these bikes are amazing. It's getting cold out here. My hands are just freezing holding this, but I'm going to give you guys cold starts on both bikes. I'm going to start with the V4R. That light, in case you're wondering, that is a shift light from my good friends at Raptor Performance. It is super bright. I'll show you again. Super bright. Look at that. It's so bright that, in fact, there's a cover that goes over that we put on that for nighttime use, because it totally blinds you if you don't have the cover on it at night. Here's your cold start. So that's the V4R cold start. Now, let's give you a cold start of the M1000RR. These bikes sound completely different, but amazing in their own way. Here we go. I love that sound. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So yeah, there was a question about me racing a Tesla Plaid. I'm looking for one, and if I can find one, then absolutely, I'd love to race it on my Ninja H2. I think that'll be great. Someone's asking where the Ninja H2 is. It's right here in the garage, attached to its trickle charger. Because when this thing is not being ridden, you need to have it on a charger, or the battery will like drain almost instantly. Hey Ebe, I heard you mention you might be getting another Triple R Fireblade SP at some point. Will you install the same parts as the giveaway bike? Yeah, I would use the same parts, same exhaust and everything, but we want to put carbon fiber ThyssenKrupp wheels on it and stuff like that. Now that those parts are available, I think that'll be pretty epic. What happened to the HP4 race? Never had a race, but the HP4 is still here. Hey, MT Matt, Cleveland in the house. Well, you're freezing just like me, so hello to you. Hey, Alex Holmes. What's up, buddy? Yeah. The best motorcycle channel. You thank you, MT Matt, man. I really appreciate that. That means a lot. I mean, I feel the same way, but I don't. You can't really go around tooting your own horn too much. So, but thank you so much for that kind word. That is awesome. You have an insane motorcycle collection. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. MT-07 is a great bike. ETA for the black double R. Well, we have a lot of work to do on that bike. I'm going to be making a video with Zach on Friday, installing more parts. So it's going to be a little while. Parts are still trickling in because of the pandemic, but it'll be, once it's all done, it's going to be awesome. Okay, how did you find bike meetups in Columbus? Oh, I don't know. It's a good question. Thank you so much, man. I'm the best channel with the kindest personality. Thank you so much, man. JRDNGI Jix. JRD Jix. Okay, cool, man. Awesome. All right. Do I have a job or business outside of YouTube? No. YouTube is my main priority right now. I'm looking into getting into something else here real soon. I'm working on it. I'll be working on that over the winter. Winter's sort of my downtime. So I'm going to be working on doing something else, but it's going to be related to the YouTube. So it'll still be, you'll still, see the stuff that I'm going to be doing. But hopefully I'll get that kicking here over the winter for sure. Yeah. Are you going to get a hyper naked bike? No, and if I did, it would probably be, I'm not going to say no, but I will say if I did right now, it will be the all-new MT10. They finally updated it. They gave it the beautiful TFT full color gauges, facelifted it, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So that bike is definitely on my radar right now. The MT10. I had one before, but sold it because I got my GS, and that version of the MT10 was lacking some of the things I look for in modern bikes. But now they have it, so good. We'll see. Yeah, so those are the bikes. If you missed it, someone asked me what my favorite street bike, sport bike was, and I told them it's the HP4. It's a great machine, very reliable, haven't had any issues. My track bike, R1M right here, is fantastic. This ZX10, I've got to clean it from our Nashville trip, but it is really starting to impress me. And then we have the 1199 with the 1299 engine on its trickle charger. I definitely want to ride this bike more. I missed my window to ride it before the snow came because this is definitely a cold weather type bike because it produces so much heat that it keeps you warm. It doesn't need heated grips or anything like that. It has a complete heated system through the engine. So, and then the Ninja H2. Plan on bringing this thing out to a big meetup that we're having here in Miami in January. So that should be awesome. How is cruise control on the ZX10? I've only used it once, but it works nice. It doesn't work when you're in the rider modes. So this bike has a variety of modes, turn signals on, and it works in every mode except for the rider mode, but works great. It's easy to use, just like the modern bikes. It's pretty accurate too. So yeah. How about a Ninja 1000 SX instead of the MT10 this time around? I don't know. There's the way that MT10 sounds. It sounds brutal, especially when you put the proper exhaust on it, whether it be a Krapovich or something like that. So yeah, I kind of like that MT10, man. I'll probably test ride that the 1000 SX, but the MT10, it's got my heart. Are you going to get a Superleggera before? No, I'm not. Great question. And I decided many years ago when the Superleggera first came out that I didn't need to get it because Manny from Motor Million bestowed upon my V4R a lot of the parts that aren't even found on the Superleggera. Superleggera doesn't have this expensive nickel-plated braking system with Brembo master cylinders and all that cool stuff that really helped this bike brake really great. This bike has a carbon fiber subframe, as I mentioned before, that's been custom painted. So this bike, to me, this is my own version of the Superleggera. Superleggera translates into English as meaning super light. This bike weighs 415 pounds, and Jim Caviezel's Superleggera weighed 400 pounds, both with full tanks of fuel. So the Super Leg, as we call it, is only 15 pounds lighter than this machine, but shares the same engine. Has a lot of other trick parts on it, has a much better suspension system, much better black forks and all that cool stuff, but that stuff, I'm not a track person, so that doesn't really help me at all. So for me, this bike has been great, and there's no need for me to spend that type of money on a Super Leg. For me, a Super Leg, for the price of a Super Leg, I can get 3 or 4 of my bikes. You know, I can get, like, as you saw this year, I got the Busa, I got the Z. I bought the Honda and gave it away. Bought the black S1000 that we're working on now. So bought the M1000. It was 40 grand. So, you know, that's Super Leg money right there, but multiple bikes. Not that there's anything wrong with the Super Leg. It's a great bike. When you see it in person, you want to just drool, but that's my reasoning. All right, let's see here. Being the best motovlogger as you are, you deserve what you got. I have an 09 R6, but I hope to upgrade someday. One day you will, my good friend Jason. One day I do support. Yeah, good luck with the Patreon, man. Anything, you know, it's a random drawing that Zach the Master Mechanic does using Google Random Number Generator, and you know, anybody that supports it can win. And I love to see when those bikes, when those names are drawn, and people get to win. Can you start up the R1M? Sure. Let me see something. Here. I haven't started it up in a while. Let me move the Wi-Fi. How is the quality of this live stream, folks? Is it acceptable? Because that's the Wi-Fi right there. I would hope that it would be nice. It always disappoints me when I go back and watch the live streams and the Wi-Fi and the quality sucks. Let's move it on over here, folks. Tires are completely flat. It's like rolling a brick right now because this bike hasn't been on the track in 2 years. Tires are flat as hell. It's got Pirelli slicks on it and they are flat. Let's see, I have a lithium ion battery in this thing. I went to grab a key, it doesn't have a key. I have a lithium ion battery in here, haven't started in a long while. We'll see if it starts. Walking around as if we're going to see some sort of lights. We deleted the headlights and the tail lights, replaced them with these carbon fiber inserts. So this is truly a 100%, look at that filth. Yeah, this is truly a track bike. So that was the startup of those 3 bikes. So stay tuned, folks. I'll give you another live stream at some point, and we'll start the other bikes up for you. But thank you guys so much for spending a part of your day here with my live streams. I really appreciate you tuning in, and stay tuned for more. What's on the Rotobox rear wheel? Probably tape for the wheel weights for track use. Yeah, that's tape. We have the tape over the wheel weights when you use it on the track. So that's what that is. But we will take you out of here with more shots of the beautiful M1000RR. You guys are amazing. Thanks so much for your support, and I will catch you guys on the Reaper 1K. I will catch you guys on the next live stream. Have a great day, guys.